One channel, different shows, everything entertaining. Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I am your host Ronny Haze, and today, let's talk The Walking Dead Q&A 16. Because that's my buddy's wife, you know? Joachim Carhendon. Why can I not say this name? Joachim Carhendon. If Carl will be killed off in Alexandria, how do you think Rick will go slaughter and kill Douglas brutally just because of anger? No, because if it happens similar to the comic, Rick won't have time to slaughter Douglas. Walken Hulock. Who do you think will play Douglas? Bryan Cranston. Caden Abernathy. Do you think Ty will die just like Abraham did in the comics? No, I believe Ty will die sooner. Bar Axis. If you would give Rick's group a name or title like the other groups have, I believe Rick's group already has a name. I've called them this since even in the comics I thought this was their name, but Rick's group are called the Survivors. And, coming to think of it, I think there's merchandise in the Walking Dead store that has the Survivors. I'm going with Survivor. Abs Mo. Do you think it'd be a nice twist if they gave Glenn's comic book death to Daryle in the TV show? The only negative I see from it would take a lot away from Maggie's character development. Actually, if they use Beth's death to catapult Maggie's character into the leadership role, that's fine. They don't need Glenn for Negan, if that's the case. But, so many people have been running around saying that Daryle should die by the hands of Negan or by the bat of Negan. I don't want it to happen anymore. There's so many people saying Daryle should die by Negan that I don't want that anymore. I really don't. It's already old to me. XXI Cloud. Would you think that Negan is a prime antagonist for late season 6? And when they arrive at the factory, will it be the same as the comics? Who is big enough to play Negan? Honestly, there's a lot of ways to make an actor seem bigger. You know, a lot of them just have to work out. That's pretty simple. You don't need a tall actor to play him. There's ways to make people seem tall when you're recording. It's absolutely possible. So I'm not worried about that. But when do I think he's gonna arrive? I'm saying season 8. Level 3 Squirtle? What the hell is that? If you could bring back one dead character to still be on the show or the comic, who would it be? I would bring Andrea back to the show and Abraham back into the comic. Absolutely. Legento MC. I just finished Compendium 2. What should I expect to see from Volume 17 to current? I don't want to spoil it for you, but expect a lot of change. And expect a really unexpected ending. Unless you already got it spoiled for you. Tyler Fernat. If you could create a character unrelated to any confirmed canon and introduce them into the TV show, what kind of character would they be? How would you like them to influence the story? Honestly, I would like to do a character that's actually well adapted to this environment. Get a character, he has to be kind and compassionate, and he has to really make good, impulsive decisions, but at the same time, he's the character who will look at you. If you're a problem, he kills you, and that's it. There's no remorse. You know, later on his own, when he's alone, he deals with that. But in the same strength, I don't want him to be closed off. I want it to be like he makes a totally different personality. He could be sitting there and he could be the biggest clown. And that's what I'd have him be. Fun, clowning around, joking around, but the moment shit goes down, his, changes. Everything changes. And I would introduce him basically to help develop characters and not so much to move the plot around. PSN Madman. Love these sweet-ass Q&As. Prefer them much better than the short ones. Hey, thanks. I recently read a Robert Kirkman interview when he said there was a specific reason why Atlanta had been brought back into the TV show, and all will become clear in the second half of season 5. What do you think that reason is? Ooh, you know what? There's a reason we've seen Atlanta again. You know what? A lot of times I find I will think about something that's, deep or complex, and oftentimes it's usually something easy. I think maybe the reason we see Atlanta again is for Noah to advance the story to Wilshire Estates, which will advance the story to meeting a new character, Aaron, that will take us to Alexandria. I think that's it. I think that is it. Hey, do me a favor. Go get me a can of soda out of the fridge, please. Damn, I cannot say this name. It's literally like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, like the symbols. That's your name. Hey man, I absolutely love your videos, and your channel has become my go-to channel for The Walking Dead. I hear that more and more, and I absolutely love hearing that. You made my day. You seem to have been taking some script writing classes, and I love your analysis. Actually, I took a ton in seminars and shit like that. So which season do you think has the best and worst writing, and why? Also, story aside, which The Walking Dead actor do you think gives the best performance in the show? By the way, love your cute little girl and would love to see her in more video bombs. Well, she's video bombing me right now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to answer your question. That's something I'd want to really get into, so I'm going to turn your question into a video if you don't mind. And as far as the Walking Dead actor that gives the best performance, I know this is going to sound biased, but it's Andrew Lincoln. But here's the only problem. Everyone knows Andrew Lincoln is my favorite right now, but it's not like he's like the only favorite. I love a lot of the actors, and I know there's people that shit on his performances, and I just don't understand why. I mean, all actors stumble on performances here and there, you know? As far as that, I really like the work he does on The Walking Dead. Really like it. So I would have to say him. Nicholas Castillo. Do you think Glenn and Tyrese will switch places and Negan will kill Tyrese? No. Even if they do, I don't think Tyrese would be as impactful of a death emotionally as Glenn would be. Anthony Nigan. Why did Beth stab Dawn? I actually did a video about that. Bam! Check that out. Swiftical. It was somewhat established in the mid-season finale that the plan for the police officers were to kill Dawn. Why didn't they just shoot her when they had the chance? They could have saved Beth. You know what? Yeah, they could have, you know, but they wussed out, you know, and it's probably because they were in that shitty spot where if one of them pulled out a gun and shot Dawn right in the back of the head, they would be worried about what the others thought. Would there be somebody in the group that would think that you're out of control and they would kill you in your sleep or on patrol? We do know that one of the methods of getting rid of a police officer is not backing them up when they need backup, so that could be something, you know, that they are afraid of. So who knows, but they were giant cowards. James Pallett. Regarding Eugene, do you think his character is too comic book in style and appearance, and does he fit in with the TV version of the Walking Dead universe at all? And do you think his character belittles the show? How would you have written his character? James, you took the words right out of my mouth, my friend. If I was in charge, it's good for the character to have little quirks. I just think it's overwhelming. I think it's too much. I think you are right. He is a little too comic booky, you know, and that is, again, that's nitpicking. I don't feel like it ruins the show, but I believe that he's borderline Jar Jar Binksing the situation. I think that he could tone it down some, and I believe that now, or at least I'm hoping, now that the lie is out, and I hope Eugene's character does transform into somebody who's not so unbelievably robotic or antisocial. Now that this lie is done, I'm hoping that he's a little bit less quirky, you know? I don't mind that he runs, like when he was running like that, that was funny, you know? I don't mind certain things, but it's just when he's talking the whole, it matters about how many carcinogens in the air when you know, product alignment of the stars, and that's classified. I don't know, I agree with you though. I hear that. Tone it down. Tone it down. Big Kev, I asked you this and you said no, but do you think Maggie will try to hang herself? Now I think yes. Pablo Santiago, hey Ronny, apocalypse scenario. What do you think about the idea of going to a small island and start from scratch there? Once you kill every zombie, it will become a completely safe zone without even fences. I would steal a boat and get a group and head there. Just wondering what would be the best way to live. Ah ha ha ha. I think that idea seems pretty cool at first, but it would fucking... She didn't notice. I think that idea is cool at first, but it would kill you. Absolutely kill you. Keep in mind, even if you go to an island, how big is it? What are the resources on this island? You know, what are you going to need? What are you going to miss not being on, you know, the mainland? You know what I'm saying? How easy is it to get off this island? Does the island flood? Is there other things to worry about, you know? Me personally, like I said, I would like to stay on the outskirts of something and have my back to a getaway, somewhere that's country or hidden or whatever. I think Pennsylvania, as far as I know, born and raised in PA, I think it would be god awful to survive an apocalypse there because it's so rugged. The terrain, it's so many. The mountains, it's ridiculous. However, I would love to see The Walking Dead film there because the fall is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Level 3 Squirtle again. Since it probably didn't take long for Morgan to find the church, not even a day, he is 2 months behind. Do you think that as Morgan is at the church, Rick and his group are in Alexandria resting? I believe that when Morgan is seen, I put this in my Morgan video coming up, not the old one. Morgan's scenes are actually flash forwards in time. Me and Infinitify were talking about this, but a lot of people never get this. They never talk about this. When Morgan showed up at the No Sanctuary sign, in that timeline, when Morgan walked up to that sign, in real life, in the time, Rick and the group already killed the Terminus people, and they already been through the hospital. They went through all of that already. So we actually saw Morgan in a flash forward. So yeah, when he finds the church, when Morgan does, wherever Rick and the group is, they are ahead of us, you know? And we haven't seen what they did yet. So far, we're up to the hospital, and that's it. 18. Do you think there is inconsistencies in Rick's character? Just 2 weeks ago, Rick wanted to kill everyone in Terminus, and now he is giving the hospital people an option to join his people. People are saying the show is planning to kill off Rick, and has Rick already gone full circle? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, there is no inconsistencies. The people at Terminus were far different from the people at the hospital. And Rick wasn't talking, if you rewatch it again, Rick isn't talking about the cops. He said, and I'm thinking anyone back there. He was giving the slaves an opportunity to leave. Rick was not talking to the cops. I think Rick would have let a cop come forward and say, I'm out of here. Can I come with you? But he was talking to the people behind them. Because he said, and I'm thinking anyone back there wants to come with us, you come forward now. You know? And the reason is because he sees Beth was one of those people. Beth was trapped. Noah was trapped. You know what I mean? Why would he leave them there? That seems inconsistent if Rick would have left them there. So I do believe that it was right for them to put that in the show. And Rick has not gone full circle. We will see the ramifications of what happened at the hospital. We will see the effect of what happened in the hospital and the decision that Daryle and Tyrese made. We will see that coming ahead. What's up, honey? Batboy21. Must compliment you for having one of the best Walking Dead channels yet. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Do you think that the cause of the outbreak will ever be given either on the show or in the companion series? Also, do you think that there is a cure and there will also be it will also have something to do with baby Judith being born into this world? Have some kind of evolution immunity to it? No, because it's too generic, I feel. It's, you know, and it's too much, no, it's just too generic. That's something that all Hollywood movies with Apocalypse would do. The child has the cure in their bloodstream. We see Judith with the survivors, but there's places out there that have babies. So the cure would be being born hundreds and thousands of times, you know? I believe that Kirkman stayed away from explaining the virus and curing it, and I believe he's going to continue to stay away from that. Jack Dixon again. In the mid-season finale, Coda. Rick says the same thing Gareth said to Bob. Can't go back, Bob. Well, actually, I did a video on that. If you missed the video, Rick said it. He wasn't trying to mimic Gareth. He says, you can't go back, Bob. And immediately after, Andrew Lincoln makes a face, and then he shoots him and says, shut up. What he was doing was, the way Scott Gimple said it was beautiful. He said, once he realized he repeated Garrett's words, it left a bad taste in Rick's mouth. He didn't mean to repeat his words. He didn't do it on purpose. It just came out because it was the right thing to say, and he remembered back when Gareth said it. That's why when he shot him, he said shut up, because he's saying shut up to Gareth, not the cop he shot. And to clarify that, that's from the actors and the directors themselves. Subscribe now.